Hello and welcome, Pauleh here, and I am playing Reign of Kings. Now, Reign of Kings is brought to you by CodeHatch, the developers that made Starforge. Now, this is an early access title, so expect bugs and whatnot. Now, this is a sandbox survival game. It's medieval based, but it does have one unique feature. This game gives the players the ability to become king of the realm. Now, how this works is that there is a castle, and within that castle there is a throne, as you can see in front of me. And if a player sits on the throne for a certain amount of time, they will become king, and then they will be able to set the tax, the tax limit, and resources gathered will automatically be taxed and given to the king. Now, what this means is you'll get players battling for control over the throne. It adds a nice set of politics to the game. Now, I honestly cannot describe how it's done on certain servers, but I've played a little bit on a roleplay server, and it is quite fascinating because what will happen is you'll have a player on the throne who's king, and then you'll have another group of players who either don't like their taxes or just want the throne for themselves, so they'll start basically gathering allies, and they'll travel around. There'll be some role play, people will team up, people will betray each other. There is a very, very strong political system to this, which is quite cool. I call it a system. It's not really a system, but an element, similar to how games like Daisy and such give all these player stories because the players are interacting with each other. It's similar to this, but it's more political, which is quite cool. Now, in order to show you this game, as it is multiplayer only, I'll be playing with a group of friends, so I'm not going to be running around solo. I'm just going to be playing with friends, so it's probably going to be more of a highlight video as we play. But I will give you some extended scenes so you can sort of get an idea on what the game's about, how some of the mechanics work. Now I'm going to go ahead and jump into the game. Okay, here we are. This is my friend's place that they've made, and as you can see, one of my friends is currently sleeping on the floor. This is very much like Rust, where if you log out, your character will be asleep on the floor. Keep in mind, this is a sandbox survival game, and it is full PvP, so whoever you kill, you have full access to their loot. This is my character. Currently, the character's creation only has a couple of different faces, but you can customize pretty well every aspect, including the size of your butt. So you do see some very weird characters running around, and as you can see, there are containers and all sorts. Now I don't know if I can get out. No, I haven't been given permission yet, so what I'm going to have to do is just remove the wall here. Not ideal, but it will have to do. And as you can see, building is akin to Minecraft in the sense that it's blocks. You're not placing down a full-size structure. And another friend who's just snoozing out here. Here are crafting tables, and as you can see, the world is very pretty looking. And this is our base at the moment. Now, it's worth pointing out that we're currently on a serious, hardcore roleplay server. So the clips you'll see is probably going to be of us roleplaying. Now, we were on a server before, but we were kind of we didn't really like it, to be honest. We quite enjoy doing some roleplay now and then, but we don't like roleplay which is akin to you've got 5 seconds to drop your gear, otherwise we're going to kill you, that type of thing, because that's not roleplay. But yeah, this is a full PvP game. There are plenty of full-on, no rules, free-for-all PvP servers out there, but we wanted to do something a little bit different, so that's probably what you're going to see, at least in the first few videos. Now, this is the base, and this game surprised me in the sense that there's a surprising amount of depth in terms of things you can craft, and just variety. Now, this is just a basic house, doesn't take long, made out of mostly wood, but it's the things that there's like ferns that they can use for like the rooftops and stuff, which do look very, very cool. Windows can be opened, and if I open the crafting table here, you can see a few of the things you can make. Now there's multiple armor sets. I'm currently wearing the wood armor, as you saw. On this table we can make leather, a lot of basic stuff, and up here you can see the king is Sir Cadus of Southcliff, and the tax is set to 5%, which is very reasonable. 5% is nothing. And you can look down here, lots of building materials. There's dirt, there's wood, thatch, clay, spruce, wood and log. And there's a few more, but we don't have the correct crafting bench for me to show you. Crests are what you use to place on a wall, which will allow you to claim an area of land. They can be upgraded to basically make more. Once you've got this down, it means no other player can build on your land, which is nice. One of the I swear when this game was made, it had streamers in mind, because this game has a lot of dungeon items, in the sense that you've got cages, you've got a pillory, you've got gallows, you've got large gallows, you've got a guillotine, and a what else was there? I think that was it. There is just lots of different cages, like hanging cages where you'll put your enemy in there and he'll just have to sit. So you can capture people, you can drag them around, you can execute them, things like that. So this sharp rock is very useful for instances like that, because if you see the toolbar or my hotbar in the top left corner, you'll see that at the very end there is the keyhole, which is number 0. Now in that keyhole you can put a sharp rock, and it's probably worth mentioning that that is the orifice. So basically you are putting a sharp rock up your butt. Now this is so they can't find that item, it's hidden, and when you are captured and being dragged off by an enemy, you can, like, pull it out and cut the rope. So yeah, the game has that in it, surprisingly. As you can see, we've got a crest down in the top right corner. It says this land has been conquered for the Black Rangers. Black Rangers is the name of our little guild. We'll be role-playing as Rangers, I suppose. But yeah, as I said, this game has a lot you can craft. The combat system's more like chivalry, I guess. You could scroll your mouse in for a lunge, roll the mouse wheel back for like an overhead thwomp, and yeah. Although I have found that I haven't really done too much combat. It's worth noting that when you become king, you actually get access to the king's sword, which is the most powerful weapon in the game. Now, when I was wearing a full iron set, I was one hit by it, so I don't know how balanced it is, but that didn't seem too much fun at all, being killed in one hit. I don't know how lesser weapons work. I've tried using bows and stuff, but they're very hard to aim in combat, although one of the coolest features is that if you hold down the right mouse button, when you release an arrow, you'll have like a follow-through camera. So I'll show you that later on. Anyway, since everyone's currently sleeping and there's not much going on at the moment, I'll quickly show you around, or at least the immediate area, because I don't want to show you stuff too much yet, because we're going to come across it naturally. Now this game does have enemy AI, in the sense that there is a plague village, which is a village where you'll start losing health when you go in, and it is filled with infected citizens, so I guess zombies at the end of the day, but they're more ghoulish than anything, and basically you can get some good rewards for killing them. There are siege weapons as well. You can make trebuchets, ballistas, and they're good for, bringing down the walls of someone's base. Now if you look over there, you can see that in the distance, that castle. That is the king's castle. Now I'll try and get you a better view of this at some point, but it's currently too far to run. But it is a massive statue holding out a sword, which is a bridge connecting the mainland to this castle, which is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. And in the helmet up there, in the head, that is where the throne lies. But yeah, I don't really have many aspirations to become king, so I don't think it's worth the hassle. Anyway, it's going to play out a little bit different on this particular server because it is hardcore roleplay, and I think a lot of things will have to be initiated. But I will bring you some straight up PvP at some point as well. Anyway, moving on. Okay, so a few of my friends have come on now, and I was able to craft a bow and some arrows. I've done a bit of hunting and I've collected resources. As you can see, I'm already wearing leather pants and boots. I think this outfit looks pretty cool, to be honest, as it is, but I'm going to go ahead and create the whole thing. These are two of the same workbenches, except this one on the right's upgraded. This is the base version, but as you can see, as it upgrades, you can craft more stuff. So I am going to craft some more leather armor. We're going to go ahead and get the chest piece done. I'm probably going to have to borrow some more gear, actually. Okay, that's done. I can make the gloves as well. I'm going to go ahead and swap that out. There we go. What did I just pick up? I'm still missing a few things, but before I craft the hood, I'm just going to go ahead and try not to set myself on fire as I do this. I'm going to add, wow, some cooked bird. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and swap that with the meat I've collected. That will start cooking, which is nice. And I will go in here, see if I can find some more flax and put up some of the materials I found. Well, we've got all sorts in here, I'll tell you what. Got leather hide. Okay, fats, bone, we've got lots of bone. Feathers, what else? What else did I pick up? I got fangs here from killing a wolf. Flax, okay, let's have a quick look. Flax, okay, I'll take all the flax just to make this and I'll put it back. But yeah, I'll go on here, I'll create this helmet. Now it's worth pointing out that leather armor is not ideal in combat. Honestly, none of the armor aside from full plate is ideal in combat, because if someone's running at you with a steel, two-handed weapon, you're gonna get wrecked. Sadly, that's just how it is. But since I'm on a roleplay server, it doesn't really matter. So here we go. Here's my full leather armor, and you can see my character's face. I gave him a bit of a facial tattoo. And yeah, this is the leather armor, and we're the Black Rangers, so this is going to work quite well. Although I am tempted to get the, because right now I look like I'm part of the Thieves Guild or Brotherhood. The Dark Brotherhood from Elder Scrolls. I look more like a thief or an assassin than an actual ranger, but to be honest, it doesn't matter too much to me. I'm tempted to get the iron chest piece just because it does look quite good. But yeah, let me put these materials back. So yeah, this is basically some of the armor that you can get in this game. In fact, I'll sort my inventory out a little bit here. We just quickly give these a bit of a range, sort them out. There we go. Okay, so full outfit listed there. Do I have anything spare that I don't need? I do. I don't really want a litter, so I'm going to drop that on the ground. I don't need it anymore. It's kind of worthless. I got my driftwood club again, kind of worthless. Tempted to keep them because, as I said, I'm on a roleplay server and I intend to fully roleplay, so keeping like bits and pieces, like armor, weapons we don't need, that we could potentially give to someone else or trade with someone else. Because when I wasn't online, my friends were attacked by primitive tribesmen that came, and maybe next time we could offer them something as a kind of tribute to sort of like, or a bargaining chip to have them leave us alone. You know, it's just one idea. Oh god, what happened to the door? Was that me? There we go. Oh, get some more food cooking. But yeah, as these videos go on, you'll probably see more of the game. But as I said, for now at least, I'm going to focus more on roleplay. So it's not going to be all straight up PvP. But I will bring you some at some point. Anyway, what I can do is show you. Let's hunt actually. I'll show you some hunting and you can see how the bow handles and some of the cool things about the bow. In fact, one of the coolest things about this bow is that if you hold down the right mouse button, you will follow the arrow, and it's extremely good. In fact, it's extremely overpowered for scouting, because if you shoot one over someone's base and they've got no roof, you can see right in there. Let me show you what I mean. And look how far that goes, and as you can see, this whole area. And over here, a little hard to see in the trees, massive pool of blood from where we killed something, but yeah, it is quite overpowered. Anyway, I've now got my full gear and I'm running around with a stone knife. I'm going to replace that at some point, or a stone sword. I think for roleplay purposes I quite like to have like a steel sword or a steel dagger just for hunting. But I am aware that if we do end up fighting, I'm probably going to want to have a backup of steel plate armor with like a big two-handed weapon. So berries are actually pretty useful in this game because they fill your hunger and thirst, so, or hydration. Now I'm trying to keep an eye out in case I can find see a deer or a moose to hunt. Failing that, there are wolves as well, although they're very aggressive. There's bears as well. I haven't killed a bear yet, but I've killed a wolf. And they don't go down easy. I wonder if you can kill like birds that are flying, because they tend to hover. My issue at the moment is it's getting very dark. Very dark indeed. But for roleplay purposes, where we've got our base is actually quite cool. It's in the middle of a forest, or just on the edge of it. So if we do want to go and hunt, then we can literally just step into the forest and there's lots of animals. Although I don't think they've respawned yet because we have just killed quite a few of them. But I'm going to keep moving, see what I can find. Probably should be a bit slower. I also have to be careful of people, they could be out here. Maybe friendly. Maybe not. What is that? Oh, it's a duck. Don't really want to hunt a duck. Ducks are kind of bugged as they walk underwater, but I imagine that will be fixed. And since this is an ongoing series, I will bring you, update videos on what's actually been added to this game. It is very dark now, visibility is extremely poor. I may have to call this hunt off. Yeah. I think I'm gonna retreat back to base. I did turn up my brightness in game to max, even for daylight, because it is a very dark game, but that doesn't help too much, if I'm totally honest. Oh, there we go. 2 wolves, oh dear. I don't think they can chase me all the way up this hill, so I might have to take them here. If I actually hit one, the bottom right corner will tell me how much damage I've done. There we go. It's kind of got me trapped. There's 2 of them, so I don't really want to be on the floor with them. Too high. Come on, Wolfie, Wolfie. Got him. There's a second one now. Where'd he go? It's raining now. Visibility's going to get even worse. One thing this game does extremely well is it has... Oh god. This game has storms, and the storms in this game are probably some of the coolest I've ever seen in a video game. Is that another one? Is this a pack of wolves? Luckily he can't get up here, so... Okay, we got him. Alright, so the wolf's dead. I just now come over here and hit his body, or the carcass, to harvest. I'm getting a lot of bone, a lot of fang, meat, liver. Liver's used for a potion. But yeah. Okay, 1 wolfie down. The other one I dropped around here somewhere, although it's now dark. I don't want to leave and waste the animal, so I'm pretty sure he came up here. Oh, actually what I do have is... What I did have was a torch, and I think my character bugged out when I made him, so I no longer have a torch. There might be a quick way to make one. Let's have a look. Wood, okay. Let's see what is what we'll do. There we go. I can now make a torch. Oh, not enough space. What can we drop? This wooden block, the liver, the flax. I'll drop the wooden block. I'll drop the hay. The hay's not really useful. There we go. So we can now actually see what's going on. Now, the wolf I killed, I'm pretty sure... Oh, a moose. Well, luckily for the moose, I'm currently full, but I do have room for whatever's left of that wolf if I can find him. I feel it's bad to just leave it, you know, just lying here, because it goes to waste, basically. Here we go. There we go. So I can drop that on the ground. Give me a bit of light while I do my work here. And it just went out, never mind. Oh well. At least I found it. I was able to pick up some blood as well. And yeah, that's just me doing a bit of hunting. I'm going to bring you more of this game. I think in the next video I'll show you the King's Castle. And hopefully we can do a bit of roleplay. Anyway, that's it from me. Thank you for watching. Until next time.